Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to All Praise Picks. We made it to 2025. Hope you guys had a happy new year and happy holidays as well. Now it's back to the grind. Today we're looking at the NBA. We have the Boston Celtics playing against the Houston Rockets in Houston on January 3rd, 2025. So currently the Celtics are 25-9, which is second place in the Eastern Conference, and the Rockets are 22-11, which is third place in the Western Conference. So two pretty good teams overall. The Rockets are playing much better than they were last year, and the Celtics are right on par with their championship caliber that they showed in the past season. A few parlays for you guys. I am leaning towards the Celtics winning this game, and I think that there is pretty good value on the Celtics in this one, being on the road off of a back-to-back after playing in Minnesota. But in this video, I'll break down all the parlays I have, give you my thoughts on the lines, and hopefully if you tap in, we can all win. So this is the first parlay that I have at plus 140. I put one unit on this parlay, and most of the parlays that I have in my videos today will be lower units, just because took a setback from the NBA while on vacation, and just getting back to it. Just like to have lighter unit sizes. But in this first parlay, it's a four-leg parlay. So I have the Celtics money line, as well as Jason Tatum to have over 20 points and 7 rebounds, and Derek White to have over 3 rebounds. Just for the Celtics money line, I do think that the Celtics are a better team than the Rockets. Currently, Jaylen Brown and Porzingis are questionable at the time of recording this video, but I think that the Celtics, even if those two guys don't play, could still beat the Rockets. So the Celtics, they played last night in Minnesota, and they won 118 to 115. And I don't think the Rockets are as good as the Timberwolves. And the Rockets, they actually lost to the Timberwolves a few days ago in Houston, and a wild comeback by the Minnesota Timberwolves. But I just think that the Celtics are just too good of a team not to bet at this near even price at the time of recording it. I can get the Celtics money line at about minus 135. And I do think that Jaylen Brown will play in this game. Porzingis, he might not play just due to his injury history, but especially if Jaylen Brown does play, the Celtics have a good chance of winning this game. Now looking at Tatum's points and rebounds. So Tatum, he's an MVP candidate this season. He's had over 20 points in 9 straight games and has played very well for the Celtics, who are second in the Eastern Conference, like I mentioned. And the Rockets, they also give it the most points to the power forward position in the last 15 games. And I think it's key that Amen Thompson, he's a guard for the Rockets. He will not play due to suspension, and he's one of the Rockets' best defenders. So I think without Amen Thompson, Tatum should be able to score 20 plus points. I also like his chances of getting over 7 rebounds. He's the leading rebounder for the Celtics this season and has 8 plus rebounds in 10 straight games. And I think his rebound chances will go up if Porzingis doesn't play. And also, Al Horford is out of this game because he doesn't play in back-to-back games. So I think that Tatum will play the power forward center position and will have a good chance of getting over 7 rebounds like he has in his last 10 games. Also like Derek White for over 3 rebounds. So Houston gives up the third most rebounds to the point guard position over the last 15 games, and Derek White has had over 3 rebounds in 8 out of his last 10 games. So if Brown doesn't play in this game, I think that White will likely have more playing time as the Celtics' best defender on the floor. And in over 35 plus minutes, if this game is close, he's gone over 3 rebounds in um, 8 out of his last 10 games, like I mentioned. But I do think that if Brown and Porzingis do play, White will have a good chance of having weak side rebounds on the baseline. And he only needs to have 3 rebounds. So I do think that he has a good chance of having over 3 rebounds in this game, especially since the Rockets are pretty poor at defending point guards from getting rebounds. I also lean towards taking him for 10 plus points, but I like his rebounds better, especially since Brown and Porzingis are questionable. And if Brown and Porzingis do play, uh, Derek White's chances for scoring points would go down. But at plus 140, I invested one unit on this parlay for a potential 140% return on investment. As usual, have bankroll management and understanding of your finances when deciding to place these bets if you do decide to place it with me. So these next two parlays, I put just under half a unit on both of them, and they're really just focused on Jason Tatum to have a really good game. So on the parlay on the left side at plus 125, I have the Celtics money line, like I mentioned before, as well as Tatum to score over 25 points instead of 20 points. And then at plus 150, I have Tatum for 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 threes. Um, as I mentioned before, he's a great scorer and a rebounder for the Celtics, and I think that because of Amen Thompson not playing, he should be able to have a really good game offensively. I'm not too worried about him playing on a back-to-back. He's played pretty well this season. Like I mentioned, he's had over 20 points in 9 straight games, and his offensive game overall um, is just great all over the court, whether it's from the three-point line or mid-range or in the paint. And I think that especially if Brown and Porzingis don't play, he'll have the chances to score 25 plus points just off of the amount of field goal attempts he'll be taking. And I spoke about his rebounds earlier. 8+ rebounds in 10 straight games, and I think that his rebound chances will go up if Porzingis and Al Horford will not be playing in this game. And I think with his the 3-point line in this parlay for him to make 3 3-pointers, I think if he has over 25 points, he's probably taking over 8 threes in the game, and I like his chances of making at least half of those, which would be 4 threes. So I just took it at 3 3-pointers for a safer bet overall. But at plus 125 and plus 150, if you invest 1 unit on these parlays, you have 125 and 150% return on investment. Per usual, have bankroll consciousness and understanding of your finances when deciding to place these bets. If you do decide to place it with me. So this was another bet that I liked. It's really dependent on if Jaylen Brown does play, but he is rested and he has pretty good history versus the Rockets. So at minus 105, I have Jaylen Brown for over 32 total points plus rebounds plus assists, and I put half a unit on that one. I mentioned he has good history versus the Rockets, and I can read through his last 4 game logs versus the Rockets. So in 2022, he played the Rockets and had 39 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. And then in 2023, he had 43 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And then in 2024, he played the Rockets twice and had 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in 1 game. And then he had a triple-double in the next game, having 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. And he's gone over 32 total points, rebounds, and assists in each of those games. And while I don't think he'll have a triple-double in this game, he is capable of having a triple-double. But I do just lean towards him being able to score over, say, 20 points and getting over 10 plus rebounds and assists combined to go over 32 points, rebounds, and assists total. And at minus 105, I thought it was just pretty good value overall. If you prefer to do straight bets, this would be the best that I would take. But at minus 105, if you invest 1 unit on this parlay, you have about a 95% return on investment. As usual, have bankroll consciousness and understanding of your finances when deciding to place these bets, if you do decide to place it with me. And this is the last parlay that I have at a plus 120. I included just several players in this game that I think could play well. As I mentioned before, I like Tatum to score 20 points, and I like Jaylen Brown's chances of having over 5 rebounds in this game. But also took Alperen Şengün, who's the center for the Rockets, to have over 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists in the game. And focusing on Şengün, he also has good recent history versus the Celtics. In his last 2 games versus the Celtics, he had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And then in the last game versus the Celtics, he had a triple-double. Similar to Jaylen Brown, he had 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. So the Celtics are really great at defending guards, but they'll likely struggle versus Şengün without Horford playing and potentially Porzingis not playing as well. And even if Porzingis does play, I think that Şengün can reach his marks as long as he plays over 28 minutes in this game. So the game would have to be close, and I think with how good the Rockets have been this season and playing at home, the game will be close, but I do lean towards the Celtics winning the game. And at plus 120, I put half a unit on this parlay for a 120% return on investment. And I like the odds overall just for these 5 things to happen in the game. So at plus 120, if you invest 1 unit on this parlay, you have a 120% return on investment. Per usual, have bankroll consciousness and understanding of your finances when deciding to place these bets, if you do decide to place it with me. So those are all the parlays I have for this Celtics versus Rockets matchup. Be sure to like and comment on the video, as well as share and subscribe to my channel. It's good being back. It's good to be in 2025. Excited for the new year, and excited to share all the parlays and bets that I have for this upcoming year. But until next time, guys, appreciate you guys for watching, and peace.